everyone! Today we are going to see one of my favorite chicken recipe. This is South Indian style chicken curry. It is a country style chicken curry. If you go to villages in South India, Tamil Nadu, and if you go to a restaurant in those villages, you can have a chicken curry which is tasting really superb. We can't ever bring the taste at home. But the recipe I am going to show is the influence of that type of cooking. If you are crazy about or if you are craving for those kind of cooking, this is the recipe you can try and it will definitely fulfill your heart and stomach. Whenever I make chicken curry, I always use dark meat or use the chicken with bones, because if you use a breast meat of a chicken, it is not going to taste that flavorful, because the curry in which we are going to cook the chicken get all the flavors from the bones. So use a bone-in chicken, preferably thigh meats. When we make a South Indian style cooking, we can bring up the South Indian flavors by various ingredients we use in the recipe. Like the oil we use, like the herbs we use, like the spices we use, like the part of the meat we use, by the cooking method we use. Today we are going to coordinate everything together to make a best South Indian recipe. In this recipe, I am going to use the garam masala that I make, which is a hot and spicy one. So the chicken curry you are going to make is going to be red in color and it has oil floating on the top and it is going to be really spicy. So if you are ready for a spice challenge, this is the chicken curry you should make. If you are going to have it with a hot white rice, it is going to be marvelous and divine. So let's start making the curry. Here I have 1 pound of chicken thigh meats, which is half kg. I have cut them into very small pieces and I have marinated it with meat tenderizer powder. This is the meat tenderizer powder. If you don't have it, you can use raw papaya paste or the pineapple paste. Even their juices can also be added. Here in US, you can directly add the chicken to the curry. It will cook faster. But in India, you need to pressure cook the chicken before adding to the curry. So if you are going to pressure cook the chicken, add a teaspoon of ginger paste, add a teaspoon of garlic paste and a teaspoon of turmeric powder and then pressure cook it and then add the chicken paste to the gravy. Heat a pan. Once it is hot, add oil. Here I am adding gingerly oil. This is the first step in giving a South Indian style taste. If you don't prefer gingerly oil, you can use regular oil. But gingerly oil is really good for health. Here I am adding 2 to 3 tablespoons. If you like extra oil floating on the top of the gravy, add extra 1 tablespoon. Once the oil is hot, add 1 small size onion whole and 4 green chilies slit. Mix them well. Add a teaspoon of salt. This helps in cooking the onion faster by helping it release the moisture. But be careful in adding salt because if you are using meat tenderizer, it also has some salt. Mix them well. Add a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Turmeric powder needs to cook well in the oil for the raw smell to go away. But if you add directly to the oil, it will burn out. So add to the onions instead. Saute them very well until the onions are translucent. To this, add a bunch of curry leaves. Add like 3 sprigs. This is what going to give you a authentic South Indian flavor next to gingerly oil. But don't add it directly to the oil, it will burn the curry leaves. Once the onions are almost done, add a teaspoon of ginger paste and a teaspoon of garlic paste. Saute them very well until the raw smell of ginger and garlic goes away. But I forgot to add it, so I will be adding it later. If you are cooking your chicken with ginger and garlic paste in the pressure cooker, as I told earlier, here you don't have to add ginger and garlic paste again. Now I am adding 3 tomatoes cut into small pieces. Mix them well. Now I am going to add the ginger and garlic paste which I forgot earlier. So what I did was, I moved the tomato and onions little sideways and created a space there so I can saute the ginger and garlic in the oil. Once the raw smell of the ginger and garlic went away, I mixed them all together and keep on sauteed till the tomato is half cooked. Once the tomatoes are halfway done, Add 2.5 tablespoons of garam masala powder. Here we are not going to add any chili powder because the garam masala powder already has chili powder in it. If you don't like that spicy, you can add 1.5 tablespoon of garam masala powder. And a teaspoon of coriander powder. Mix them well and cook it till the raw smell of the spices are gone. You can add water if you feel the gravy is getting little bit thicker. If you really like a red color curry but not that spicy, you can add Kashmiri chili powder or Kashmiri chili while grinding the garam masala. This will give lot of red color but not that spicy. I am going to add a cup of water and wait till that cup of water is evaporated, so I can be sure that the masala is really cooked well before adding the chicken. As the gravy is getting thicker, now I am adding the chicken pieces and saute it well in the masala and wait till the chicken is cooked. Once the chicken is almost cooked and start to release some oil, it is the time to add water. This curry should be little bit watery. It's like a rasadar. So I am adding extra 1 cup of water. But you can always adjust the level of water you need according to the consistency you feel is okay. Now I am going to wait till the chicken is fully cooked and tender and oil starts to float on the top. In the meantime, do a taste check and add salt as needed. A simple tip: if you are making any curries, it can be veg or non-veg. It can be sambar, rasam or even chicken mutton. Finally add a teaspoon of lemon juice to make all the spices blend together. In this way, you can have a smooth taste instead of any spice feeling dominant. Lemon juice neutralizes all the spices like chili powder, coriander powder, cumin powder, salt and blend them together to give a uniform taste. Most of the chefs do that in their restaurant to blend all the flavors together. I got this tip from my husband who learned it from a sous chef. The curry is almost done. Now I am adding a teaspoon of lemon juice and I am going to mix it well. Don't add more than that, it will give you a lemony flavor. We don't want that. Now the curry is done. Garnish it with some coriander leaves and cover the curry with a lid and switch the flame to as low as possible it goes in your stove and let it sit like that for at least 30 minutes. What I am doing here is similar to dum process. Usually dum is done in biryanis, but I always do the dum process in all non-vegetarian dishes. By this way, you are 100% sure you will get a very tender meat and all the flavors will be infused with the chicken and the gravy will be very tastier. I will always do this for 2 to 3 hours. Now it's been 3 hours for me. I am going to transfer this curry to a serving container. This is the chicken curry we made. This goes really well with hot white rice, dosa, idli. But you can also have it with roti and naan. I hope you enjoyed my chicken curry recipe. Until we meet up in the next recipe, tada, bye bye.